Okay, Joe, I'm part of the social reporting team, and this is really informal. We we were in your workshop, and okay, fine, your workshop is this afternoon, but we've had your paper that you've already delivered. So this is really informal. It's just to get to know you a bit more. So I've just got a few questions for you, but if you want to elaborate more on the questions, feel free to do so.
Okay, great.
Question number one, is this your first time to be in South Africa?
It is, and I'm absolutely enjoying it. I only wish I'd planned some more free time to be able to see more of your country.
When are you going back?
I'm leaving on Sunday, so I have Saturday and half the day Sunday to do some sightseeing. So I'm hoping to get a view a little bit outside of Pretoria.
Okay, that's nice.
But everyone's been really wonderful, very
wonderful.
welcoming, very warm, so I've had a great time.
I'm sure this is just going to answer a bit of my second question, because I was going to ask you if you were there at the social function yesterday, and what was your feel of our South African culture, because I think at that time you got to see our relaxed side. So what was your take on
Oh, you
the
guys are
event?
great. You really know how to have fun. But I have to admit, I think I learned more about American culture at the social event last night than South African culture, because it was a review of old rock and roll songs. And so most of the bands were American. So it was really cool to see that through your filter. A lot of fun.
I'm glad. Okay. Okay, so take us back home. What do you do back home?
So what I do is, my title is Director of Library Futures. But I focus on what might happen, what the possibilities, what are the opportunities, what dots I can help connect so that libraries have a really strong, healthy, and robust future. And mostly what that includes is not me creating the future, but me looking at the librarians who are doing something really creative that gives us new opportunities and new ways of thinking about libraries. Help them with resources or connections or networks so that what they're building ends up being a large-scale future for libraries. And actually, the plural, futures there, is really important. There's no one monolithic future, and so I'm trying to help identify all the diverse points that we're growing from, and give them equal power and leverage to be able to succeed and inspire other libraries. And I work with Innovative Interfaces to do that, a library technology company that really sees the power of a strong future for libraries.
Okay.
And
You're doing a wonderful job, because what stood out for me when you gave your talk the other day was that one of your inspiration points is to see libraries bringing that change, and not really the big corporations, but to see libraries doing that change for themselves. So that really stood out for me. It's something that I'm going to take away with.
Oh, fabulous. And that I focused on that because I want to see more of this. So much of what we see as opportunities comes from what's being done at the large consumer technology side, because that's what's impacting consumer behavior and thus demands upon libraries. I want to see us reacting to pressures that we ourselves create. So I want to see librarians doing more, making more, being more active participants. I think in Brian Kelly's keynote this morning, he was mentioning how we focus so much on improvement, and then there's innovation, and then there's invention. And hopefully we can start to transition slowly from just improvement to also more on the innovation and possibly partnership and invention side. That's where the real inspiration for me will come from.
I wish we could spend more time on this, but I think we have to go back to the afternoon session. But I still have a few questions for you. So which paper has stood out for you so far?
You know, I've really been learning a lot from all the papers, but I really liked the last one. The woman from, I believe it was the University of Pretoria, Hela, I don't remember her last name.
Hela Pinang.
Oh yes, okay, Hela Pinang. So the reason I really liked her focus on makerspaces is because she was talking about the expansive opportunities of 3D printing and other crafting that makerspaces bring libraries. And also, she used examples from the University of Nevada, Reno, where I live. So it's really cool to see my local library have an impact and see influences and confluences with the ways that we're thinking over here in South Africa. So that really made me happy.
What is your advice to especially young librarians?
You know, I think what young librarians could really use is confidence in their contribution. We know it can be frustrating when you have an idea and it doesn't immediately get taken up, that shouldn't mean that we have to give into the frustration and give up on the ability for the profession to leverage our contribution. So a little bit of patience. Also, I think maybe tea is a good example for your librarians. Because with tea, you have to take your time, you have to enjoy it, and yet it still has caffeine, you get that little rush, and timing is important, because it has to be steeped, but only for a certain amount of time. And so thinking about the lessons from tea, I think can really help your librarians.
Thank you so much, Joe, for taking time.
Absolutely, thank you.
To do this interview with us, and also for being here.
It's been my pleasure, and I'm very impressed by the social reporting team. This has really amplified the conversation at the conference a lot. So I'll really be telling other conferences how they can learn from your lesson.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This has been wonderful.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of your stay.
I will.
And have a safe trip home.
Thank you so
and
much.
And tell them that you say thumbs up for essay.
Absolutely.
And thumbs up for SAOIM.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.